What would you do if the person you trusted most looked you dead in the eyes every night and lied so smoothly you actually felt guilty for doubting them? It was 2:17 a.m., and the blue glow of my phone lit up the dark bedroom while she slept beside me, too peacefully. Her hospital ID badge sat on the nightstand, slightly tilted, like it had been tossed there without care. That's when I saw the message preview flash across her screen. Can't wait to see you again tomorrow night. Same room. Room, not shift. My chest tightened, but I didn't move. I just stared at that message and then at her. Because 3 hours earlier, she kissed me goodbye and said she was headed into another overnight shift. And that was the moment I realized something was terribly wrong, but I still had no idea just how deep it went. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. I didn't confront her that night. I wanted to. God, I wanted to shake her awake and demand answers, but something held me back. Maybe it was fear, or maybe it was instinct telling me this wasn't just a mistake. The next morning, she acted normal. Too normal. She walked into the kitchen of our house in Chicago, humming while making coffee, like she hadn't just spent the night lying to my face. "You look tired," she said, not even looking at me. "Didn't sleep well?" I replied. She smirked. "You should try not overthinking things." That word hit me, overthinking. She knew, or at least she suspected something. Over the next few days, I started noticing everything. Her shifts didn't match her pay deposits anymore. She guarded her phone like it contained state secrets. And she started coming home smelling different. Not like antiseptic in hospital corridors, but like expensive cologne. One night, I decided to check. I drove to the hospital where she claimed she worked, Northwestern Memorial. I parked across the street, heart pounding, watching the entrance. I waited. An hour passed. Then 2. Her car never showed up. That's when I walked inside. The receptionist looked up at me, polite but tired. "Can I help you?" "Yeah," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "I'm here to see my wife. She's on night shift. Emily Carter." The woman typed for a few seconds, then frowned. "I'm sorry, sir. She hasn't worked here in months." The floor felt like it dropped out from under me. "Months?" I repeated. "Yes. She resigned about 4 months ago. For months. For months of lies. For months of fake shifts. For months of what?" I walked out of that hospital like a ghost. That night, when she came home at 7 a.m., I was sitting in the living room. "Hey," she said casually. "Rough shift." I looked at her. Really looked at her. And for the first time, I didn't see my wife. I saw a stranger. "You quit your job," I said. She froze for half a second. Then she laughed. "Are you serious right now? Where is this coming from?" I went to the hospital. Silence. Her eyes hardened. Then she sighed, like I was the inconvenience. "Okay, fine," she said. "I didn't want to tell you because I knew you'd react like this. I've been freelancing. Private care. Better money." It was such a clean lie. So confident. If I hadn't already known the truth, I might have believed her. Instead, I nodded slowly. "Right," I said. "Makes sense." That's when something changed inside me. I stopped being her husband, and I became someone else. Over the next 2 weeks, I played my role perfectly. Supportive. Oblivious. Trusting. Meanwhile, I was gathering everything. I installed a tracker in her car. I mirrored her phone to an old tablet she didn't know I still had. I followed her once. That was enough. A hotel in downtown Chicago. The Langham. Room 1812. And him. Tall. Confident. Wearing a suit like he owned the place. I watched them through the parking garage as they walked in together, laughing. She touched his arm like she used to touch mine. That was the moment I broke. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just quietly. Something inside me shut off. That night, I sat in my car for hours. Then I started planning. I found out who he was. Daniel Reeves. Corporate attorney. Married. Of course he was. I gathered everything. Texts. Photos. Hotel records. Bank statements. Even voice recordings. They thought they were untouchable. That's what made it so easy. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I contacted a lawyer. Then another. By the time she realized something was wrong, it was already too late. The exposure happened on a Thursday. She came home to an empty house. Her clothes gone. Her access to our accounts frozen. A single envelope sat on the kitchen counter. Inside it, divorce papers. Printed screenshots of every message. Every lie. Every hotel visit. And a note. "I know everything. But that wasn't the real destruction. That came later. I sent copies of the evidence to Daniel's wife, to his law firm, to a few very specific people in her social circle. Not publicly, not loudly, just enough. Like poison in water. Slow. Inevitable. Within a week, his firm placed him on leave. Within 2, his wife filed for divorce. Emily tried calling me, crying, begging. It was a mistake, she said. For months isn't a mistake, I replied. You're ruining my life. I paused. No, I said quietly. You did that. Her friends stopped answering her calls. Her family didn't defend her. And when the divorce finalized, she got almost nothing. Because I had proof. Undeniable proof. Months later, I saw her once. Outside a small diner on West Madison Street. She looked smaller. Not physically, just diminished. She saw me. For a second, I thought she might come over. But she didn't. She just looked at me, then looked away. Like I was the ghost now. I got back into my car. And I drove off. Because the truth is, I didn't win. There's no winning in something like this. There's just surviving. And learning that sometimes the person you love the most is the one who destroys you the quietest. The end.